Alright, welcome everyone back to the stream. Today is day 25 of becoming a full stack developer in 8 months, and today we're continuing from where we left off yesterday with the admin dashboard. As you can see, we've made the sidebar kinda look okay. I mean, it's not pixel perfect, but I don't think that's the matter of the project. I think the matter is just using grid and flexbox to make the design. So we're definitely on track to doing that now. Yesterday I was mainly working on the sidebar and the top navigation here, but now I think I want to do the cards before I go on to doing the announcements, the trading and positioning, everything. I just want to make that card design right here, which wait, I don't know if my live server is still working. Nope. Alright, let me refresh that quickly. Today I'm a lot better than yesterday. Yesterday was a nightmare in terms of just my health. Alright, so let's see. Here on each card we have a title, we have a description, and the 3 icons. Now the first thing is, let me see where the card is. Class of card. The title I see is not in any like element, so we can maybe do a H6 title, but we'll have to copy that over to each card because I didn't think of that when I was doing them, which is fine. It's only a little bit of copy pasting. Alright, so that should be it. So we have card H6 and card P. So dot card. Maybe we first start with that and make the background color a white, so we can use the variable which is white, and those are the cards. Now what else? We'll need a border radius of, let's say, 10 pixels, maybe a bit more than that. Oh no, they kind of look okay with 10 pixels. Let me do the border left, if I can type it out right. So border left, we want like 5 pixels solid, and then the var orange, so something like that. I think we're pretty close. Maybe 7 pixels would be better. Yeah, that looks about right. Now I notice that in this whole section, like there is margin, and I forgot to add these titles right here. But let me first add the margin in the dashboard section. So it is indeed dot dashboard, and let's see what will happen if we add a 20 pixel margin. Oops, margin 20 pixels. Right, something is not correct. Is that because of the border box? I'll show you in a minute. Border box, can I get rid of that? No, it's not because of that, but the dashboard's background color should be different, and maybe it's because I haven't set it light gray. Let me do or maybe it should be a padding instead. Padding, yeah, it's a padding, not a margin, sorry for that. Okay, so we do have that. And have I targeted the dashboard before that? Oh yes, I have. So instead here I should do the padding of 20 pixels. And the one underneath I can remove, I don't really need that. I prefer to be working in one place. So padding, and I should also include a grid gap, so I'll do a gap of 20 pixels as well. And the gap itself looks alright. Now the thing is, the cards are not equal in size. Another thing I thought about is maybe just have this as a grid. Sorry, let me tell you my idea. Have a 3-column layout, like 1, 2, 3, but this be a separate div that will take the whole 3rd column, and this way we can use Flexbox to position everything on one axis, but use grid for these cards. So we're still using grid for the 3rd column as well, but I don't think I need to place announcements and trending on the grid. I just have to wrap them in another like class. So we have ID of announcements, and then div trending. So if we can wrap it in another class like main site or something like this, let's try to do that. Dot main site, and inside of it let me put the announcements, and I'll also put the trending inside of there. Get rid of that. Okay, this way now what we can do is we can go here, delete those, and do dot main site. Is that how I code it? Main site? Yep. And we can do grid column from 3rd to -1, and we can do grid row from what is it, from 1st to -1st, and those we can delete. So let's see how that works. It works alright. The thing is, I think we have to define rows as well and make them like even. So let's do grid template rows and do 1fr, 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 and that looks more like it. As you can see, that is a lot better. Okay, perfect. I'm quite happy with that, how it turned out. I thought of that yesterday after ending the stream, and I'm pleased that it works out this well. So now we want to see if we should use Flexbox for that, or use grid within the within the card. But I think we should be using Flexbox, or at least that would be easier, I guess. Let me check out the cards again. For the icons, I think we should wrap them in another div. So we'll do card icons, and this whole thing actually we should place it inside of every card. So I'm going to copy the whole thing, and whenever we have the cards, I'll paste that. Okay. Hello, Supreme Overworld. Good morning to you, my man. Thank you for joining the stream. How are you? Alright, I think this is it. Now those icons are wrapped inside of their own div, so I can easily position them. First, let's take care of the title, and that was dot card h6, and you have to bump up the font size, so font size like 20 pixels. I think this will be, yeah, this is bigger than I need. Title maybe 16, or even 16 looks about right. Alright, then line height, I don't need that much, so 0.1. The code editor is not showing. Oh my. Oh, thank you for that, my guy. Everything is not showing actually. I don't know why that is. Yeah. Oh my god. The screen capture is just not working as expected. Yeah, yet again, but I keep forgetting to take a look at it every time. Sorry. So as you can see, we've made quite a progress. It was all this stream, but you couldn't see any of it. Well, I'm sorry about that. Thank you for notifying me, my man. I ordered a new PC and hopefully it will be better with the new PC. This one is giving me problems, especially with the OBS. So hopefully that will sort it out, but yeah, that was not pleasant. Thank you so much, my guy. Alright, I was working on the cards here, and everything I said was a bit abstract up to that point. Wow, I'm very disappointed in myself yet again. Alright, so as you can see, the title and the description need to be like really close together, and here we have, I think it's line height, but could be also like that P also, the H6 also. So they have a like a margin that's by default. We'll do margin 0, and on the P tag we'll also do margin 0, and then after that we'll see how we're going to position them. So margin 0, that line height is a little smaller than what I need. Let me remove this. This is actually almost there, I guess, in terms of how close they should be, but maybe at like 5 pixels. And I'm just noticing that they should be in another div themselves. So I'll say, what are the cards? Dashboard. Okay, so we'll do dot card heading, and inside of the card heading we'll have both the h6 and the p tag. Copy that over. Oops, what happened there? I didn't copy the entire div. P and h6. I'm doing that so I can align the margins. I'll show you in a second. Alright, so I think those are all the cards, and this way we can do card heading h6 and card heading p, but I can remove this margin and do it on the remove it, do it on the dot card heading, and this way, I forgot to remove the margin from the title, but this way I don't have to worry about the title and the description lining up. So maybe 10, 20. So 20 looks more like it, although when I zoom out, the cards get a little bigger, but that's because this is again shot on a 4:3 monitor and mine is widescreen, so that is to be expected. Maybe we'll configure it with the auto fit property, so they have like this width, and whenever there is room for more, they'll just jump on the first row. But anyways, we'll not worry about this for now. Actually, I think this whole margin, I shouldn't add it on the card heading, but because we have the icons as well, and they should be proportionately, like the margin should be proportional on bottom and right side as the title has on the top and left, I think we should put it as padding on the card itself. So let's go to the card and do padding 20 pixels, and I'll comment this out for now. We'll need it in a second, but this will be easier. I'm really loving HTML and CSS. I totally revamped my recipes page and tried to make it like the landing page. I'll share the link. Your feedback is accepted. Yeah, definitely share the link. Wow, I'm so glad for you, my guy. Good job on working on it and revamping the recipes. I never did that, so good job on you. Alright, then after that I think it's time to make the card display flex. And what will happen if we do flex direction com? Yeah, so that's the way. And after that we want justify content space between, but we want the icons to be on the right side of the screen. So card icons, so dot card icons. Can we do align self flex and yep. Alright, so that looks good indeed. I just don't know why there is that much space in between them, but maybe it's because of the height of the dashboard container. But that looks more like it. I'm going to stop with the cards for now and move on to the other parts of this design. So because they're mostly done, almost done, and maybe one thing we can do is can we add a gap without display flex? I'm not sure. Gap 20 pixels. No, we can't. Alright. We'll have to go into card icons I and give them like margin left. Dot card icons I and give it margin left of 10 pixels. Yeah, looks more like it. 15 pixels. Alright, let me check the link. Alright, we have lasagna, chicken and cake. Wow. I love the effects. How did you do that? That's very interesting, because I know that you can skew something whenever you hover on it or scale it, but I noticed the other items are also moving when you do that. That's very nice. Wow, there's a lot going on. Wait. Let me check this out. So, styles. You have a transition. Well, you don't see it from my camera, but is it on the list item? Layout, styles. I don't see the transition. I don't know what you did there, but that's very cool. I like that a lot. Alright, so, and you have the navigation at the top as well with it. Wow, good job, my guy. You have like a description of the dish, ingredients, perfect, and you have the steps. Nice. I like that a lot, bruh. If you take a look at my ingredients page, oh my god. Good job, my guy. I love this. Very good. Nice, you've put in a lot of effort at it. Good job. I don't have anything but to say. Nice, my guy. I don't know how you did the transition effects. You can maybe share it in the chat. Alright, so let's check this announcement, see how we're going to do that. Feedback appreciated, thank you very much. No worries, of course. So we have the ID of announcements, and each is a class of announcement. So ID of announcements needs to have a background color of var white, and also it needs to have that, what is it, border radius of 10 pixels. When you're making designs and so on, try to use the same border radius. For example, throughout your whole design, like set one border radius that you're going to use, or maybe two border radiuses, because different sizes of elements will need different border radiuses, but keep it one or two to make everything look consistent in your design. Alright, and then it has a padding, so padding of 20 pixels. Let's try. Yeah, kind of. And I also see they have an HR in between them. Maybe I can add this in the HTML. HR. Yep. So that works fine. Now inside of the announcements, the title needs to be bolder. So we have to put it inside of a class. So we'll do dot announcement. We'll do untitle because it's just shorter to write. And what was the first one? Site maintenance. We'll copy this over. Everything is site maintenance. I haven't put in the work to write my own names. So everything site maintenance for now. Alright, this one as well. Let me prettify it. Format document with prettier. There you go. For the transitions, when I researched, I got to understand that with the hover pseudo class it's possible. So I made the links increase in size when hovered, and I added a transition of 0.5 easy in and out. Perfect. Pseudo class. So you did the a hover, and then you did like a scale, I think, to their parent. Perfect. Good job. I love it. Alright, so this way now the announcements have an the title of the announcement is wrapped in a div. I don't know if it's good to be wrapped in a div actually. Maybe we should put it as an H6 as well. I have to change it here and there, sorry. H6. Once more, H6 with, what did I do? H6, and here also. Why is the, I missed something. Why is the last one outside of it? Wait. Alright, so here, and here, H6. Huh? I'm not sure why that happens. Yeah, I know. Not H6 but div, and here is the H6. So I made the same mistake twice. It's really what I did, but we can now do title, and then we can bump up the font size a little bit font size like 14 pixels maybe. I think it's even less than that, like 12. Then do margin of 0 pixels. Now on the description, which is really dot announcement p, it really needs to be smaller font size, so font size maybe 10 pixels. It looks alright, I guess, when you compare it like that. Maybe I got an idea actually. You see how when I switch tabs, those are almost identical, so I'll try to work with that and make it as identical as possible to this. Alright, so this way they actually look similar. Actually, maybe the title needs to be a little bit smaller, but I guess alright for now. Alright, let's make the margin on that as well. Margin like 0 pixels. They're really close together, so we'll do margin 0, 10 pixels, 0, 0. We'll do HR as well. Margin top of, what the fuck am I doing? Margin top of 5 pixels, and then margin bottom of 5 pixels, so we can separate them a little bit better. Nope, that's even worse. Alright, so I need something between 5 and 50. So let's try 10 pixels. These things that pop up are so annoying. 10 pixels. Kinda. Alright, I'm going to leave it at that for now. Later we can change it if we need to. Now we need the trending. We're doing the trending now. Just a second to let me think how we're going to do it. So we have trending with the class of trending user. We have an image and a name and a description, and as you can see, this is kind of in one column and this in another column. Just wondering if we should use grid or flexbox, but maybe let's use grid for the sake of it, I guess. Alright, so we have the we actually have to paste the image once again, so let me quickly find that image small. Yep, this is what I need. And trending user paste it in the image where the image is, here, here, and once more. So we have those 4 images. But this is one part of it, and the next one is like user name and description. So we have the image on one like cell, and we have a different like div for the name and description. So we have dot name desk, and here we have we have h6, and you say @Tegan. I'm just writing the names from the, I don't know how much you can see, but I'm writing the names from the trendings, and then we have description inside of it, and this one we can copy. We'll make it better later, but for now just copy paste it. Let me change the names at least. Alex, Kendall, Morgan. Alright, so we do have the icons with names and descriptions. Now I think this icon should be a little bit smaller, so where did I define it? Image small, height, maybe the 40 pixels instead. I think this looks more like it. Now I didn't choose the right picture from the beginning because this one has a white background, but we're going to deal with it. The trending tab, so ID of trending has a white background. We'll do ID of trending, background color var white, and nothing happened. Trending, it needs to be trending. Alright, border radius again, border, not border, we will do 10 pixels. Alright, and what else? We should make it a grid, so display grid, and what we're going to have are 2 columns, and there will be, how much is that, like 30% for the image and 1 FR for the text. Grid template columns, so 30% and 1 FR. Let's see how that will work. Alright, so it kind of works. The thing is, maybe it should be on the trending user and not on the trending itself. So let me remove this from here. But if it's on the trending user, then we could use Flexbox as well. Let's try both with grid and with Flexbox and see which one is better. So it's a class of trending user, and if we make that display grid now, that works. If we do display flex, what will happen? As you can see, the same thing happens from display grid. From display flex. That happens from display grid and defining the columns. So in this case, I think it is better to use display flex because it's one line less and less configuration, so less things you can fuck up. Then after that we can go into trending user and name desk and do the height. So name desk and do h6. I just want to remove the margin, so we'll do margin 0 and dot name desk p. We can also do margin 0. Alright, so this is more compact right now, and the description right here should have like the same size as the one we had in the announcements. So the font size 10 pixels. Also, I am forgetting to change the color of that text, but we'll take care of it. Alright, so now we have kind of what we want. I think we just need to center them, so we'll do trending user justify content center. It is actually not that, but align items center. Align items center. So they're now centered, and trending user can have some padding. So we'll do padding of 10 pixels. Kind of works out. I need less padding though, so 5 pixels. Okay, that kind of works. Let's see. The thing is, as you can see, or actually you cannot see, so let me show you better. Sorry, video, come on. As you can see in their design here, everything lines up at the bottom, and in my design it doesn't quite line up, and if I remove this padding it will not line up at all. So this is something I have to think about. This actually the trending needs to have like a height of 100%, and I think that would, nope, that didn't do it. Wait, no, it is not that. Alright, so let me have a look in the inspect and see what's going on here. It looks like we're respecting the grid and it is lined up, but wait, if I remove this padding now, the main side, as you can see, it's big enough, but then the trending is not occupying the rest of the available space. The trending is not a grid item. Main site is a grid item. It's a child of dashboard, so dash is the main, dashboard is the main grid item, and after that main site is also a grid item because it's a child of the dashboard. Now this main site is spanning throughout the whole column, but its children are not taking up the whole space, and I need them to take the whole space. Now maybe I should do main site, make it a grid element, because then I can say that each is one FR. Or are there actually yeah, I don't know if they're actually the same, but it looks like it. Wait, so how can I think trending is a little bit smaller than it, but I think the main thing is to make them equal. So let me try by making main site a display grid. Where do we have that? Main site. Can we do that? Display grid. Actually, as you can see, this fixes it right up. But I think I still need to make grid flow to be a row. Actually, it is a row in the beginning, so I only need one column and two rows. So let's try grid template rows, do one FR and one FR, and then do a bit of a gap, so gap of 20 pixels. Alright, so this looks more like it indeed. And then I'm wondering if I even need the padding from trending. No, I think I've removed it. Wait, so trending, yep, it doesn't have a padding. Now the things inside of it, inside of trending, they need to be lined up better. Alright, let me get it small again, and let's see how we're going to line them up. Maybe again with display flex. Now I'm wondering if we should have used flexbox instead of grid from the beginning, but we'll take care of it. Let's try to do the trending of display flex and flex direction column, and then justify content center. Align items, we shouldn't align them to center, because now then it just doesn't look right. So instead I think we should see for the announcements tab how much margin we have, or is that padding? This is padding of 20 pixels, so on the ID of announcements we have a padding of 20 pixels, and on the trending we should also have a padding of 20 pixels, so it can look how do you say it, consistent. Now there is a bit it's just not looking right. That's what I'm trying to say. It's a bit bigger than it should be, but that is because we don't have this trending here I believe. Also, like maybe the text is a bit smaller, but it looks alright. The description maybe a little bit too short, but yeah, I'm not exactly sure. We'll leave it at that for now. Alright, let's start taking care of the header here at the top. So for that, what do we need to fix there? I think we already made the grid. So yeah, as you can see, everything is in its grid. Now I don't know why, for example, the buttons are overflowing and why they're not. We'll have to figure out a way to center the buttons inside of the grid. And also for this stupid icon, sorry, I don't know also what's going on with that. Why is it like down here? But we'll have to find a way to start centering things. All right. So it's the top we need to start with. And I know already we did that yesterday. So top is display grid. Grid template columns, the first column is 7 FR and I mean the first one is 7 and the other is 3. Now if I imagine the grid lines on this layout, I can see the top portion of it and bottom portion of it. I think they are the same width. If I imagine like a grid line here, maybe the one underneath is a little bit bigger, but not gonna worry about this too much. I'm just going to set the grid template rows to be 1 FR and 1 FR. So we have 2 explicit rows now, and this is not going to change anything, as I can see. But we need a way of centering everything it's inside its grid cell. So of the grid, to center images in a grid, you can use the justify content and line items properties of the grid container. I guess no visual examples. How to center a div using CSS grid. Article place self center. Can we do place self? Because maybe for the buttons we need place self. So let's see, dot buttons. Do I already have dot buttons? No. Alright, so let's try the dot buttons and place self center. Alright, indeed, that worked. That is alright. Also for the search, we should do place self center. That didn't work. Maybe because this is exactly for the search bar. So let me go up and find where that is. Navigation, so on and so forth, user info. I'll just search. Yeah, it's a div with a class of search, so nothing here. Dot search. Oops. Dot search and place self center. All right. That works. Now this thing needs to have a width of 100%, let's say. That doesn't work. Why is that? This is the input. Because the search itself is not with 100%. Alright, so I don't need it that big by default, so maybe it will be 100, but this will be 80. Alright, 70. The search class is in the center. Or maybe I have to lower this down to see a difference. Not 900, just 90, please. Alright. I'll have to make it full screen for that to work. As you can see, theirs is like spans almost towards the buttons, so this needs to be wider, maybe 90 as well, and this way when we narrow it down it looks kind of like it. I just have some unnecessary, it's unnecessarily big, this top right here. I'm not sure why is that, but let's first, before that, try to take care of this diff user. It's positioned flex. And we have the icon, the image, and the p tag, but it is positioned flex, and I'm not sure why the icon is not where it should be, and I don't know if we can fix it with grid as well. I don't know if it's an issue with the icon actually, so let me go ahead to font awesome and let me grab some other icon, just any icon, but bell. Let's try this one, for example, or actually I'm going to try a whole another one, make it maybe clock, just to see if it's an issue with the icon or it's something I did. I'm going to here, not search, but user we need. Where is that? User info, buttons, user. Alright, so instead of this, yeah, I see what I did. It's just that I have positioned the image inside of the icon, which I don't think should be the case. Alright, that was an easy fix. Now, why is there so much space on top and bottom? Maybe it's because of these and the image here. And because the rows are each one FR, it makes them the same on top and bottom, although this one only takes up that much space and this doesn't take that much space at all. But I think it is that picture that's occupying most of the space and the margins here also. So we'll go on to user info, and actually we can target the p.greeting and p.alias and remove their margins. So, and also this has to be smaller. So do we have the greeting anywhere? Greeting. Greeting. Yes. Margin of 0, and also alias margin of 0. The line height we can remove, and for the greeting also, wait, yeah, it just needs to be a lot smaller, so we'll do font size of 14 pixels, maybe even less than that, 12 pixels. So that looks more like it. We're actually going to the margin bottom of no, we have to say it as margin 0 and then margin bottom of 5 pixels, so we have a little bit of separation. And then the image, I don't know if it has to be that big, I'm not sure. So wait, we're going to do image big, and height instead of 100 we'll do it as 80, and that kind of looks more like it. Then div with the class of user info, we need to center this, so we can use flexbox for that. User info, display flex. All right, we'll do align items center, so they're centered now, and that looks better. Now the thing is, again, as you can see, everything lines up in their design. Here the search icon lines up with the image, and here the last button aligns with the text. Not really actually, but it just kind of does. So I have to find a way to make those align, and let's see what that way is. Here this thing that the search is 90% and it's aligns place self-center, so maybe I can make it for the rest of them. User for the user info, I don't know if I can use align self actually. What user info? Let me see what happens if I make it 90% with 90%. I don't know if anything happened. I have to check. No, I don't think anything happened. User info. Or wait. Remove that. Save it. Yeah. It does work. It's just that space isn't used. So I can maybe make it 90% and wait, let me try. So width 90% and then align self center. I don't think that worked. Yeah, that is not working. I'm not sure the right way is to use a margin though. I am not sure about that. Because I can easily put some margin right here and that will fix it. Like if I do margin left of 30 pixels, 20, see how it lines up nicely. Such an easy solution, and I can also do that for the buttons, but I don't know if that's the right approach. Let me inspect the buttons once again. Where are they? Buttons. Margin right. 10 pixels. I think it's too little. 15. Now their area is like too small for that, so it doesn't quite work out for the buttons. In their design, just everything is a bit smaller. I guess it works for now. Alright, I'm going to take a short break, and then after that we'll see what we're missing and what we have to add as well. But I think we did a pretty good job. We have to add those titles, for example, and then from then on it's just lining things up, but we're like 90% done. It's not looking like exactly as nice as I would like it to, but I think it's okay. Alright, so I'm going to put a 10-minute timer and I'll be right back. I'm just taking a quick break and I'll be right back. Thank you guys, be right back. Alright, I'm back. Supreme overload says try putting it in a container and define a specific width for that container. That's what I need for my landing page to get them all on the same column. So indeed, I'm just not sure how we're going to do that, since yeah, we could definitely do that. This top right here, wait, let me check something out. Yeah, so this top right here that we have, indeed we can put it in another container. So let's say top container, and where that top ends, copy everything and put it in here. Now if I save it, nothing should change, but then we go on and search for top and do dot top container and set a width of 90% and then do margin 0 auto 95 maybe. Oops. Zander, thank you so much. He's saying good luck, man, looking good. Thank you so much, my guy. So yeah, indeed what you said is correct. Now maybe I just have to make some adjustments. We no longer need, for example, the search bar to be an exact width. Wait, so we have another top as well. Wait, grid, and here, why do I have that? I have top 2 times. Alright, let me move this down where the other top was. Okay, now for the search, I don't think we need that anymore. And wait, we do need that, but I don't think we need the placement. No, we do need the placement. Alright. Welcome to the stream. Yep. For the buttons, I don't think we need to place them self. Can we place self at what is it? What are the properties? Start? No. Alright, place self. Let me Google that. Place self values. Place self left. But left. No. It's placed to the left, but I need it in the center and on the left. If I do right, no, that doesn't work. Center does work. What about end? End does work, but it goes out of the grid. This is because it's only, I think it's because of the border box. Let me remove that to see if you still do that. Border box. No, it's not because of the border box, but it's only counting in for the text inside, maybe. I'm not sure anyways. Where are the buttons? Buttons, place self center. If we do center, my thing is that when it shrinks to that sizing, as you can see, the buttons get smooshed together. Although maybe I need to make the top container a bit wider. Wait, if we do 100%, inspect it, and here that's fine for the search. For the user info, I need to remove that margin I added. Okay. And let me ask ChatGPT. I have a flex container and I want the items in a particular cell to be centered vertically and aligned to the left, horizontally. Align items to the left horizontally. Use justify content start or no explicit justify content, as left alignment is the default in most use cases. Center the items vertically is align items center. So on the flex container they're not doing that. Align items center on the cell itself. So I'm getting from the search, we can remove that and just align, what is it? Align items center. Okay, let's try that. Align items center. So that doesn't work out, as you can see. Align items center is not working. And it is not working because it's taking up the whole the whole space of the grid cell. Can I copy this copy element? Search align items center is not working because the div with class of search is occupying, I don't know if that's the correct way to write it, is occupying the whole grid cell and it's not just the width and height of its contents. To solve this issue where the search div is occupying the entire grid cell and causing alignment issues, you can make adjustments to ensure that the content inside the search is properly aligned. The search div might be stretching due to its default behavior. Add these styles to search and its parent container. So they want height auto and width auto. Does this work? search. Search is not a display flex in the beginning, but what if we actually make it display flex? And then do height auto, width auto. I think because we are not defining an explicit size for the input search bar, it just spans throughout the whole place. So if we do height of 16 pixels, 16 is a little too small, 26 maybe, kind of. And then still the search is occupying the whole space with that height auto and width auto. Let me copy these and let's just see what happens. So it works, but ensure it wraps contents with. So can we remove these? Yeah, we can remove these don't work. Alright, I don't need the padding. So the padding I will remove. Justify content start, okay, and align items center display flex. This is for the search now. And top container is with 100%, so if we do it 90%, yeah, now we can control it indeed, and it will be more consistent. I just want to see if that image is exactly hugging the, yeah, it is. There is just white space, so we cannot see it, but they're lined up. So then I think we should take care of these buttons and make them we make them align to the left column or the left line actually. So is the div of buttons place self-centered. So maybe we have to do it exactly as we did with the search. Where are the buttons? Not place self-centered, but use this instead. And this works fine, yeah. We'll just need a little bit of margin to the right. So margin right, or can you actually use a gap here since that is display flex? Can you use a gap of 20 pixels? Yes, we can. We don't have to use the margin. Alright, now let's make it small again, and the VS Code goes on the left. And now finally make the top container like 95%, not 950 but 95, and that looks more like it, kind of. It's not exactly what we need, but maybe we should add some margin to the image. So where is it? Search. Dot search I, and make it a little bit bigger. Dot search I, not make it bigger, but do margin like 10 pixels, maybe 15. Yep, that works better. The buttons text is maybe a little bit too big, but we'll not get it pixel perfect, we'll just make it work. Now I want to add, thank you whoever subscribed, really appreciate you. I want to add the headings since I missed them the first time. So let's go to the projects first, and inside of dashboard, if we add a heading, it will mess up the grid. That is the thing. So if we add an H2 for example and type it your projects, it will mess up the grid. As you can see, it will take a grid cell and we don't want that. So let's see what we want exactly. Maybe that will be too hard. Well, let me think about it. It was bad that I forgot them in the beginning. So how do we tackle that? So this is the grid that we have. One of them needs to be in between the rows of this grid. So let me see if I can at least insert a H6 or H2 there, but I still don't think I'll be able to do it. H6 trending. Yeah, I don't think so. It just takes up another grid cell. So it has to be maybe inside of the trending. I think that will be the easiest. If it's inside the trending, like an H2, and say trending, oops, caps lock. Trending. At least it is there and it doesn't disrupt the grid. Then I can add another wrapper, like a container for this. Or I'm kind of a dummy, I'll do it easier. So we have trending and we can leave everything inside as is, but we'll add another one which will be dot trending container, and inside of the trending container we'll add the whole trending section, and inside of that we'll add the H2. Aon, hi there. Is it Aon or Aon? I'm not sure, sorry. Trending, right. So there you go. That actually works because now the entire thing, like the trending container, takes place of that cell. So we can do the same for the, actually it's a little bit bigger, so maybe let's do it H3. We'll tweak at it later, but this is for the for the trending. We have to make one for the announcements, so let's do dot announcements container, to be like Eon, but I don't mind any other way. Supposed to be like Eon. Eon. Aeon. That's interesting. Where are you from, my guy? My name is also very hard to pronounce. It's Vilisław. Vilisław, and even Bulgarians cannot pronounce it correctly when they read it, so I know the feel. So we grab the announcements from here and we placed in the announcements container, and also add an h3 which will be announcements. Okay, and is this actually the text we have? Yeah. I'll make them h4. And for the trending as well. Okay. And lastly, and I hope it works, we have to make it on the main area with the cards, which is dashboard. Where does that end? Wait, main site. It ends, no. Card, dashboard. From Mexico. Actually, my name is Alexandro, which is not hard to pronounce, but many people as well mispronounce it. Eon is just a nickname. I see. Nice. How is it in Mexico? I've never been. Alright. The thing that is a bit tricky now with the cards is that I haven't put them in like their separate container. Or have I? Wait, let me inspect that. Maybe I did something, or I can take care of it in some way. So we have the dashboard, yup, card, and then we have main site. So we have to find a way to like maybe they have to be in their own grid, which is kind of misses the purpose, because as you can see in their dashboard, your projects and announcements, they line up. And right now, if I add like the cards and the main site into one container, or just do the dashboard, we'll have the your projects here at the top, and underneath that it will not line up with the announcements and so on, and they need to line up. So how do we do that? I can think of putting all the cards into your projects section, but then we'll have to make the dashboard a 2-column layout instead of 6, and it's just it hurts to do that. I'll have to redefine everything. For this one I get it, but maybe you could create a new row only for announcements on your project, so that projects is on column 1 and announcements is on row 3. Learning grid, so sorry if it doesn't make sense. No, it does make sense, it totally makes sense. I was just thinking if they did like row 1 and this like row 2, 3, 4, and their top row is just for the namings, which makes sense indeed. Still I'll have to sorry country, yeah, I figured maybe that's the way to do it, because otherwise I'll have to redefine everything. And here we can maybe just make a new row. Then we'll have to get rid of the announcements we had in that container. Alright, so maybe let's give that a try. So, where is the dashboard? We have a display grid, template columns, so we'll still need 3 columns. Now, grid template rows, we'll have to add a new one, and then we'll have to redefine those, but and the new one will not have to be 1FR, maybe just like 10%. And now the main site is good, I think. Where is the I think I haven't defined it where the cards go. Alright, anyways, so maybe then we go into the HTML where the cards are and do an h4 of your projects. So this way indeed it takes up that first row, and we just have to make it span we just have to make it span 2 rows, and I think it will almost line up. It will not line up exactly. So let's do that. Let's add a class, so class of projects heading, and where the dashboard is, we'll do project headings, and we'll say grid rows. It will start from the first and end at the third. No, wait. Project headings, projects headings. Yep, it will enter the third. No, what is up with that? Projects heading. Oh my god, what is up? Right, but not row, we need column. Alright, so that will do it. Then we need one more thing. We need to make the announcements into that same row. So indeed we have to, I think we have to get rid of this first, and I wouldn't need the announcements container anymore. So let me see where that ends. Here we can get rid of that. Announcements container we don't need, and where shall we put, like, h4, was it h4 announcements? So that goes at the bottom, but in the source code it's right on top of the announcements. We can give it a class of announcements heading, I'm just going to copy that so we don't have any more of those problems when typing out the name, and we'll position it. So we'll do announcements heading, and we'll do grid column. We'll do from third to -1, but then we have to position it on the row as well. So grid row from first to -1. Not from first to -1, from first to second. Now it works. It's just behind this main maintenance. So you have to, this side, we have to get it from row 2 till -1, and that will work. Thank you so much, Ion. Really appreciate it, my guy. Now we just have to take care of the spacing, but as you can see, that works beautifully. We just have to get rid of the line height and margins. So where are they? Here we'll do margin of 0. Also here we don't need, and also line, wait, maybe not line height, but make the first row smaller. Right now it's 10%. What if we do it at 5%? Alright, this is a little bit better. Is there a way, wait, is there a way to make a grid cell height only contain its contents? Happy to help you up. Thanks so much. Grid cell height fit the contents, so we need grid template columns. We need it at auto, so instead of 5%, let's set it to auto, but let's see how that works. Auto, and yep, it now just fits our announcements and projects, so on and so forth. If you see in the original example, there is just very little space at the bottom, and I'm not sure how we should do that. This is because of the grid gap we've set. That's interesting. So let's see, is there a way to make the grid gap between row 1 and 2 smaller than the gap on the gap everywhere else in the grid? So just in one place between two rows, is it possible to make the gap smaller? It says yes, you can customize the row gap between specific rows in CSS by using CSS subgrid techniques, or manually defining row heights and gap using the grid template rows property. However, native CSS doesn't allow direct specifications of varying row gaps between specific rows. So let's see, define specific row heights. You can explicitly set the height of specific rows and use fractional units or fixed gaps to control spacing. Explicit gap. So they're making like another row that is the gap. I'm not sure if yeah, I'm not sure if I'm going to go that deep, to be honest. I'm not sure how they did it, but yeah, I don't think I'm going to bother with that. But anyways, I mean, it looks pretty decent. The one thing that bothers me is trending has a lot of spacing, or I think like maybe the image is too small. Image small, make it 50 pixels, for example. Also for this trending, what is it called? Trending container h4 dot trending container h4. I want to make the spacing a bit less so it's more consistent. It just has a lot of margin, so we can do margin at 0 and we can start from there. We actually need margin 0 and a little bit at the bottom, so margin bottom, let's do 5 pixels. Alright, a little bit more just so it's consistent with the other ones. Let me see something. Yeah, okay. That looks about right. Okay. And in the announcements itself, let me just put it to full screen. I don't think you'll be able to, no, you'll be able to see. There's just that, is it margin computed? No, it's padding. That's a little bit too much. Here we also have padding at 20 pixels, but I think because of the image, it's a circular image but it's white background, so the spacing here looks more than it's here, although it's the same, because the image doesn't end where the V ends. I guess I should have used different images and that would have solved everything, but I'll just make it a bit less than that. Let's see. So trending padding, make it 10 pixels, and that already just makes it better. I'm not sure what else we have left. I know it's not like pixel perfect and not exactly like one-to-one. They have some shadows and whatnot. Their background here is lighter, but the good thing is that we use this light gray, so we can just hop into here, make it a little bit lighter, and when we save, it's a lot better. I guess let's try to make the box shadows, and we'll use a box shadow generator so we can visualize it. And what they have is they have just a slight shadow on the right and bottom of it, and it's very slight indeed. So you can have like 3 pixels and 3 pixels spread bore radius. Maybe 5 pixels, and then lower the opacity, lower the spread radius. Those tools save a lot of time, yes indeed, because you can just visualize it and you don't have to go back and forward. So something like this, indeed, make it 30, and you can just copy the code. Then you go to the cart in CSS. Where is the cart? And you add the styles. And when we save it, we have a box shadow. There you go. Now it's too opaque in my opinion, because when you see the design it's a lot more subtle. So there you go. It's even smaller than that, so we can change those back to 3 pixels. So even though it saves a lot of time, you still have to tweak it sometimes. 3. Yep, this is more like it. Okay, perfect. As I said, it's not exactly one-to-one. Also the top has that same shadow. So let's go to the top. Is it top container that has the shadow? No, the top. Is that even? I'm not sure if there is a shadow here or not, to be honest. Let me inspect it. So the thing that needs to have the shadow is the top container. The top container needs to have that shadow. I'm just not sure if it's there and it's subtle or it's not there at all. Let's make some of these, like we'll make it, we'll add an extra 0 just to see if it works. I don't think it works. Top container. Why can't we add the shadow? Thank you whoever subscribed, really appreciate you. Why cannot we add the shadow to the... I can see it on the right side of it, I think. Wait. Yeah, you can see it on the right side when you add the shadow. There you go. That's not what I want though. I'm missing something. Wait, so dashboard top. So main is the whole section right here, and top container is what I need. Now inspect. There you go, top container. So is it because of the margin that it's looking like that? Yeah, I think so. Because it will put a shadow only on the blue part of it, but on the, like, I'm colorblind, but I don't know if that's orange or like yellow where the margin is. I don't think it will put shadow on there. So if we do it like really dramatic, if we do it like that, you better be able to see it. How, when we go ahead and to the top container, add that shadow, and it also, maybe it's the Z index. Z index of 2, no, that is interesting. I'm first curious to see if is there a way to add a box shadow that spans across the margin too. Yes, you can add a box shadow that spans across the margin by using the box shadow property on the element and using outline for additional emphasis if needed. I'm not sure if I wrote it the user wrapper element. Wrap the element in a container without margins and apply the shadow to the container. Right, so it will be one more container that will hold the container. So we have the top container and we'll have the top container that will have the shadow. I guess it will work this way, but it's getting a little bit too much. So can we do dot top shadow, so it's not that stupid to have a top container. We'll wrap everything in that, so it should have no change here. But when we go on, and where is it, top container, let's do top shadow, and no, not that. Let's get this one and try to paste it. Document. Right, but it still doesn't work. And it's something to do with the z-index, because as you can see, it works on the sidebar, but it doesn't work on underneath it. Or it could be because I've used main here, although I'm not sure. That shouldn't be the case, right? Maybe on the dashboard, if we set a z-index to like -1. No. Z-index -1, and then on that, where is it? Top shadow z-index of 1. It still doesn't work. Alright, that's interesting, to say the least. It's very stupid, but let me copy this entire thing. I'll copy the element and ask ChatGPT why I don't get the shadow projected on the dashboard when applied to the top shadow. I get it projected on the sidebar. I tried with z-index, but it doesn't help. Nice job, man. The site looks similar to the desired outcome. My time is up, so here's where I depart from the group. Have fun, y'all, and all the best. Thank you so much for staying here for so long, guys. I really appreciate it, my man. Have a good rest of your day, and we'll see each other tomorrow. Thanks so much. Alright, stacking context. The issue with the shadow is not being projected on the dashboard when applied top shadow is due to stacking context or the layout flow of the elements. Here's the detailed approach to solve the project. So they do. I think the position relative enables you to use the index. If it's not position relative, I don't think you'll be able to use the index. So if we go to the dashboard again and do position relative, yeah, there you go, then we can use the z-index. And then for the top shadow, we don't even have to specify a z-index then. But alright, let's try to paste the one we had below. Where is it? Wait, box shadow from the cart. This is so annoying. Box shadow, and try putting it on the top shadow container. Okay, so now we can indeed see the shadow, and I think that's good enough. maybe theirs doesn't have, wait, can I paste in here as well? I can, that's a bummer. You should be able to paste in here as well. But if I do the same, just without any horizontal, only vertical, and then 0.2, I think this is what we need. Spread radius, I don't know. Let's try it one more time and see if it looks better. We needed a little bit of spread, but only a little bit. Radius, I mean. So do 3 maybe. But then it will spawn on the sidebar, I think. Yeah, this is too much, and it spawns on the sidebar. I'm just going to return it how it was. It was good enough. Alright, so yeah, when you narrow down the window, it almost looks like the dashboard. It has some issues here and there, but those are mostly cosmetic. I'm pretty happy with what we've done this stream. And I think I'll be committing this now, and so we can be over with this section, because we've been at the HTML and CSS section for a very long time. Looks very similar anyways. 10 out of 10, thanks so much. Appreciate it. So I just want to be over with that. We've been at it for like 2 weeks, I think. As you can see, this section, I don't know when we started, but it was a while ago, and I want to be over with it. So we're going to commit everything and push it. And wait, where is my terminal? Git add o, git commit. We're going to deploy it as well to GitHub pages. Let's do finish the intermediate CSS and HTML section from the Odin project and the final exercise. We do a git push, and let's go into GitHub repositories. As you can see, all these days that are not covered right here, it's not that I didn't study, I was just going through these HTML and CSS lessons, and they were just purely reading, and very little work you had to do, like coding and stuff. So that's why I have like this period, which bothers me a lot, but I didn't stop there. I was just reading the whole day, and you can check it out from the streams. But I'm so happy we're done with that, and we can finally go on to JavaScript once again. Let's go to the settings so we can deploy it. Pages, set it to main, save. Let's look at the actions. Copy the URL, admin dashboard, and we can submit it. Submit your solution. This is the repository, and let's wait for the deploy to build. Back in the day, it was not that simple to deploy something to GitHub pages, and they've made it really simple now. So the deployment is almost ready. Okay, we do have the deployment. Oops, I didn't click the link, but there you go. I can copy the link now, put it into the live preview, save it, and there we go. We mark it complete, And this is the best part, because now, as you can see, we've made it 100% towards this course, and we can go on to the next. So I'm following as well the Odin project, already know the basics, but I wanted to refresh knowledge here and there. Yeah, the Odin project is great, I love it. I love how they make you read stuff and do projects, and there is no hand holding, and like they don't make you follow tutorials. So this is awesome. We're done with the first part of the full stack JavaScript like roadmap on the Odin project. As you can see, we've done the foundations. We also done the foundations on stream, and we started with the full stack JavaScript, which has 7 courses, and we've made we're done with 1 already, so we're 1/7 out of the way. As you can see, it's completed, and we can open JavaScript now. Let's see how long these are. Right, we can maybe read through this one as well, just see what's next to get us hyped. A quick review also, and after that we have organizing your JavaScript code introduction. Okay, JavaScript objects and constructors. Alright, this is really cool. I'm very pumped about this, and it's a long lesson as well. We're going to have so much fun tomorrow. Let me go through this so we can just get a little bit hyped. Alright, so introduction, how this course will work. JavaScript is the future of the web. More and more of the logic is making its way into the client side in order to facilitate lightning fast user experiences. JavaScript is even moving to the server side with Node.js. That is why in this course we'll be diving deep into it to make sure you come out with a good understanding of how it works. You've already completed the foundations course, right? Good, because now we'll be moving at rap speed into new frontiers. This section will cover a lot of ground and your brain may melt down a few times, but don't worry, this is just a fresh wound. Patch her up and keep going. When in doubt, build something. The path, how is this course set up? It depends a bit on the path you've selected. So we've selected the JavaScript track. The real fun begins. Yes, indeed. What time are you usually up? Tried to catch you up a few days ago, but didn't find you on. Right, so it depends. I either do these streams early in the morning or in the afternoon. This stream for me, for example, is early in the morning, and I started 2 hours ago. So I started at 7 a.m. my time, and right now it's 9:13 a.m. But I usually try to wake up a bit earlier. So I would usually start like 3 hours ago or 4 hours ago. And in the afternoon I cannot tell exactly, but because I don't know the time in Mexico, but it should be a few hours behind, so it should be really late at night for you. Is that the case? And or very early? No, it should be late at night, I guess. Oh, that's nice. It's 1 a.m. for me right now. Yeah. If I do them, it will either be like very late for you or it will be very early in the morning, I guess. So for example, if I do another stream, it will be in about how much, like 8 hours, no, in like 6-7 hours from now on, so it will be early in the morning. But yeah, I'll try to wake up earlier next time. I'm a night owl, so that's no issue actually. Nice. I do have work to go to, so and it's in a little bit actually, so I'll have to go in a minute, but I usually try to wake up earlier, and today I've woken up quite late. Alright, so I'll try to establish like a stream schedule or working on the Discord as well. Then you have alerts You can click the bell as well. I don't know if you've done that already, but thank you so much for the support, my guy. I really appreciate it. And whoever subscribed as well, thank you so much. Right, let's quickly read through that. It starts with a deep look at JavaScript's code organization and basic computer science concepts, finishing up with a primer on creating and using a test suite for your project. We won't be focusing deeply on the really basic coding items, so it will move quickly. You should, however, already have completed the foundations course specifically on the JavaScript basics section before starting this course, which we've done. The last thing you do is a project which integrates everything you've learned so far in all the courses of this curriculum. This is kind of project that you consider including in your portfolio as an example to demonstrate your web development skills to prospective employers. Alright, format. There is a lot to cover, but this course has been broken up into bite-sized lessons and their accompanying projects. These projects will give you a chance to apply what you have learned and show what you are capable of. After a few of them, you will really start getting the hang of things. In each lesson, we will introduce the topic briefly and provide you with a list of things you should pay attention to. You'll be asked to do readings, watch videos, do online courses, or otherwise consume content to initially learn the material. Every few lessons, you'll be asked to build a larger project. Finally, we will include supplemental resources and other potentially useful tidbits at the end of each lesson. Alright, perfect. So let's mark this complete and let's see this quick overview. This course assumes that you have gone through the foundations course. Okay. You probably want to take a day or two to refresh yourself on the basics if it's been a while. Alright. I think there will be no problem. I've probably forgot quite a bit because it's been like 2 weeks since no writing JavaScript because of the HTML and CSS, but we'll get through it. Running through part 1 of MDN's JavaScript basics course is a great idea for a refresher on the syntax. If you just want a quick reference to skim, try learn X in Y. Try not to worry too much about forgetting past materials after not using them for a while. As you progress through the curriculum, you'll almost certainly find yourself needing to look up topics covered in foundations that you haven't touched upon in a while. This isn't indicative of any shortcoming on your end, it's just part of being a developer. So jQuery, before you press on, a note about jQuery. We occasionally get questions about why we don't include jQuery in our curriculum. jQuery was very popular in the past, but it has fallen out of the limelight in recent years. One of the biggest reasons it has begun to fall out of favor is that you don't need it anymore. When it became popular, doing things like DOM manipulation and AJAX calls were difficult in plain JavaScript, but that is no longer the case. A quick web search on the topic will be more useful than any explanations here, and if you still want to learn it, many older code bases still use it, and you see it on many older Stack Overflow posts. We are confident you can pick it up quite easily by reading the jQuery documentation. I'm just curious how that looks, if it's very old or yeah, it seems like the case, like 2014 probably style. Additional resources, there are no additional resources, so we mark this complete. Next lesson is organizing your JavaScript code introduction. One of the most daunting parts of JavaScript is learning how to organize your code. The reason this subject can be overwhelming is not because JavaScript is much more complex than any other language, but because it's incredibly forgiving. It is incredibly forgiving. I have a background in Java, and then you cannot just redefine a variable to have a number after it's been defined as a string and so on. Actually, I think jQuery is going to receive an update or something. I saw, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I haven't heard about that. Maybe it can. I know in the past, a few years back when I tried to learn the web dev, there was jQuery used a lot, but I didn't come up to that part when I needed to learn it, and then after a few years, just less and less people were using it, although I think like 80 or 70% of all websites use jQuery, so it's still very, very used. Many languages force you into specific patterns and data structures in your code, but that is not true in JavaScript. In the beginning, this is a great thing. For example, you just want to make a button on your web page to do something. You can set it up with a couple of lines of code. However, as your programs becomes more complex, it can become hard to maintain unless you take care to organize your code. And because JavaScript is such a flexible language, how you do that is entirely up to you. For many coders, making decisions about design patterns is crippling, so we're here to help. In this lesson series, we're going to cover a few of the most common design patterns that occur in modern JavaScript code. We'll discuss some pros and cons of each pattern, and we'll give you a chance to practice using each pattern in a project. The patterns we'll be covering in this series are plain old JavaScript objects and object constructors, factory functions and the module pattern, classes, ES6 modules. We're going through these, we'll give you a chance to learn about a few other important concepts in JavaScript, such as closure, prototypes, IIFEs and more. This series covers the most important parts of JavaScript. After learning the basics of the language, are you ready? Perfect. This is very, very exciting. We're already 6% complete, but those were just short readings, and I'm really excited to do that either in the afternoon or tomorrow. So I have to go to work now, guys, but definitely we're making another stream either today in the afternoon or tomorrow. Thank you so much for everyone that tuned in. Ion, Supreme Overworld, Xander, thanks so much, guys. I really truly appreciate you guys. Thank you for everyone who subscribed. Have an excellent day today, man, at work. Thank you so much. You have a good night's sleep, and I'll see you guys again tomorrow. Thank you so much and have a good night. Bye bye.